Hello and welcome to another video. So today I am going to be filming what I don't know what this is. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like a vlog, but also not really like a vlog. Essentially, I discovered just yesterday this really cool thing via Twitter called the Social Distance Book Fest. And so it's all online, but it's set up to mimic a book festival, which are all canceled now, right? And there's like this full schedule, there are panels, and it all takes place in YouTube Live videos. And so I'm really excited to check it out, and I thought that it might be interesting if I kind of recorded my experience throughout the day here. And then down below in the description, I will be linking all of the videos because they will be saved on YouTube. So if you see this late, and you will because I'm doing it today and I probably won't get up until next week, you can go back and see all those videos and check it out and see what it was like, which is part of, like, I don't know, that's pretty cool because with a regular book fest, that's impossible, right? You have to be there live. So I'm really excited to see how the day goes and what things are like. They started the day with a brief, like 15-minute intro welcome thing that outlined how the day was going to work and reminded everyone what some of the different discussions and panels were like. And so I'm really excited for it. And I'm going to see how it goes. I'm so excited for it. It has me awake at 9:30, showered, and on my laptop when it's my first day off of my long weekend, and I have been looking forward to sleeping in and not being on my laptop. But I'll do that tomorrow because I really want to be here for the live event. So that's that. Let's see how this day goes. Okay, so something I really want to do, I have an hour between now and the next panel that I want to see because the panel happening right now is on historical romance, and that's not my thing, so I'm not going to go to that panel. But I wanted to create a sheet in my Bookworm Life Planner that's like a memory sheet in the same style I would if I were actually going to this book fest, like live. And I think it would be cool to insert like a memory sheet with like the schedule for the day and maybe some screenshots or something of some of the panels and things like that. So I want to do that. And as you can see here, I've pulled this Happy Planner sheet because I thought that it would be very similar to my Bookworm Life Planner and give me something to work off of. And it's very similar. It's a little taller. So I am going to cut it down with my paper trimmer. I've also pulled these coil clips. I bought these almost a year ago during one of the warehouse sales, super cheap, and then never used it. I got them because I thought that I would use them to put stuff into my teacher planner, but I never did. And so now I'm thinking that I can use them to add, a page to my Bookworm Life Planner because the Erin Condren covers fit on this. So the coil bindings have to be similar in spacing. So I'm just going to check that now. And they fit. It fits perfectly. So I'm going to add this to my page once I get it all set up. Other things that I'm going to do include hang down my paper trimmer. Okay, so I need to cut off the holes and then a bit from the top. And this doesn't have to be exact. I'm not looking to make it perfect. I'm just looking to make it fit within the bounds of my planner cover. So we got that gone. And that gone. And I don't know how the Bookworm Life Planner compares to the Erin Condren, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty similar. So I was kind of surprised to see how much taller the Happy Planner page was in comparison. Okay, this is my page. This is my planner. It's going to end up probably getting tucked in here. Yes, and it will fit perfectly. All right. So there's that. Let's see. I want to letter at the top something. And the colors for this event are a really pretty yellow. So I'm going to get a yellow. And then I have to go get my yellow mild line. Okay, so it's called the Social Distance Book Fest. So let's see. I like it. And then I'm trying to decide if I want to add anything to the top or just leave it very simple as it is. And I think I'm going to leave it like that with the addition of a bit of washi tape. I have this from the May Painted Petals box by Simply Gilded. And I'm going to add a touch of this and use my coil connector to just trim it. So there's that. I want to add maybe a little more across the bottom. Yeah, let's do that. I don't actually own any yellow washi tape. I mean, I kind of do, but it's a vertical bow washi tape. And I don't want to use that right now. This is the yellowish washi tape I have. That also has a pattern. I guess right now I'm seeing a plain yellow. I don't want to use that. Okay. So then I want to create a space for the schedule and the panels. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 panel slots. And this printable that I haven't used in decades. It's just blank full boxes. And I think I want to layer them around the page in order to like put the schedule on the front here, and then I'll put like random notes and things on the back. So let's see. I've got to decide on a color scheme. I know I want to add yellow. I keep bumping the table. I'm so sorry. And it looks like they've got like an orange thing going on. So I'll probably pull from this sheet and this sheet. These are my warmer colors. And I need 12 boxes. And I'm not going to make it to all of them. I have something going on at 8. Another like social distancing event thing. But yeah. Okay. So I can fit... I can fit 3 across. And 4 down. So this is going to fit perfectly. And I think I'm going to alternate my solid boxes and my glitter boxes. No. I almost pulled up this like light green color, but I think that's going to look too weird. No, I need a yellow. I need a glitter yellow here. In addition to the 12 things that I'm going to put down here, there's also, there's like a track 1 and a track 2, and it seems pretty apparent to me that track 1 is more sci-fi fantasy and track 2 is more like romance contemporary. And so what that means is that there are multiple panels happening in any given panel block, but I am only going to write down the ones that I would want to go to, even if I know I can't make it to all of them. They barely fit. This is technically a smaller spacing than this, but that's okay. Glad I finally got to use so many of these stickers. I've had them for a while. I sometimes use them in my memory planner, but I have forgotten about them in recent months completely. So, that's nice. All right. One more thing, a bit more decoration from this Happy Planner Bookish sticker book. I love this sticker book so much, and I wish I had more. I bought this full price from the Happy Planner website, which is kind of crazy because I've never bought a full price Happy Planner book. but I really wanted it, and it's been sold out at my Michael's for months. Well, I don't know how long the release has been out. It's been out of stock since the books came out. So I've got that banner sticker. This I want to read and take naps sticker. Ooh, this might be interesting. There are these like review stickers. And I could put them here. Let me see how that would look. And then I can like keep track of which ones I like the most. Ooh, I like this idea. Okay. Oh, I love it. Okay. Okay. It's just about done because since I added all those review check mark thingies, it's going to be getting a little crowded. Okay, that's it. I think it's perfect. Now I'm going to go through and write the panels. So the first I am done and it is beautiful. But for now, this is what I have. So I'm going to snap it into my book planner after I take a nice picture. Okay, so the way these work is that there's like this little sticky thing here and you connect it to your coil. And I think I'm going to put it around the middle. Yeah, it'll work. Where's my planner? Down here. Okay, so check this out. I'm excited. Okay. Oh no, I put it too far forward. That's going to be okay, I guess. I'll work with it. It's going to hang out a little. Wow, the best laid plans. Nothing to do about it. I forgot that when I sized my page, it was right up against the coil, and now with that extra space right there, it actually hangs off. But that's fine. So that's how it looks in my planner. This is the day that it actually happens, right here. And there it is. It's not too bad. Once the planner is closed, you can't tell that it's hanging out so much. Or that I messed up the sizing as much as I did. All right. So that's everything. I'm excited for the next panel to start. Okay, so it's 11:45 and I have been listening to the first panel thing. So you want to start a booktube channel, which is being like led by Rachel Marie, and it's pretty good. And then I'm about to start making lunch, which is fun because at a regular festival, like, you have to pay for the whatever meals they might have there, and it's probably expensive. So I'm about to make breakfast sandwiches or breakfast burritos. That's my plan. I am not a good cook, so we're gonna see how that's going to play out. But you can see there, I'm gonna have this open and I'll be listening while I cook, and then we'll see how things go. Now watching the New Voices in YA Sci-Fi and Fantasy panel for a bit while I finish cooking. I wanted to make a few extra of these so that I could have them for later, and then I'm probably going to take a break and read some after that, but this is some interesting stuff. Also, first time using this panini press that I bought, and it's like changing my life. So there's that. Bye.
What does this person mean to this other character, and like what would they do for them? And that's how I always start with my...
Okay, so it is almost 5 o'clock. I took a break to between, let's see, 3 to 5 to do some reading. So I read 1,000 Nights. I'm almost done with it, and I hope to finish it today. And now I am logging back on to join the 5 o'clock meetup. Come talk #Latinx to me. And so I'm really excited to join that. I missed the live streaming of Identity Formation and Deconstruction in Adult Fiction, as well as Fierce Femmes and Badass Girls Standing Your Ground. Both of those I'll go back and look at later. So far, I think my favorite thing that I have been able to see live is probably the 2 p.m. session from Boys in Outer Space to Magical Girls and Guillotines. I really like that. There were some interesting things about like audience when writing and character development that I really liked. And yeah, I'm going to the 5 o'clock thing, probably the 6 o'clock as well. And then I will probably stop there to finish this before trivia at 8 and then be done with the book fest for the day. I think that's my plan.
She was like, why is this tradition, why can't this tradition change if it's hurting me and the people around me so much? So I really love her for that. And also Natasha from Dance With Me by Alexis Daria. I felt so seen. And
so I have been watching the Come Talk #Latinx2Me fan meetup for like 40 minutes now, and I'm learning so much. I like didn't know so many of these authors and these books that feature Latinx characters. And it's been pretty cool. It also prompted me to remember a book I read in 10th grade that I really loved. And it's like one of the few books I've ever been assigned for an English class that I really loved. For the most part, there are like 3 that I've ever liked. I'm not a big fan of English classics, but this is a Latinx book. The question was classic Latinx books, and I just want to throw it out there. It's Reign of Gold by Victor Villaseñor, and it's like, I'm pretty sure it's part nonfiction, like it's based on a true story, but it's based in a true story and very much kind of a romance, and I really liked it when I read it. I read it like the assigned part that I was supposed to read for a time, and then for the first time like ever, I read ahead. So I finished the book before I was even required to finish it for class. And that's never happened. So I want to throw that out there. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this, what do you call it? Live stream thingy. And I will probably stop in the last 10 minutes or so to read a bit more 1,000 Nights and get a little closer to finishing that before I have to sign in for the next panel to get a break from looking at my screen. Good times. Okay, so I wanted to wrap up this vlog. It's a couple of days later, but one of the great things I think about this event was that it was so flexible. So it's a couple days later. It's Monday the 27th. The book fest was on Saturday the 25th. Yes. And it was good. I mean, I last did the update that I did on Saturday. I don't even remember what that was, and then had to do things in the evening, so I didn't finish looking at all the events. And yeah, but it was still really fun, and I really liked it. This is my spread that I put in my book planner, and there are things I need to go back and review, like these last 4 events, because I didn't get to like really pay attention to them. A couple I didn't get to watch it all, and I just wanted to close this vlog with some final thoughts on the event. One, I think, is that it was one of the coolest things I've ever been able to participate in. I've been to 1 or 2 book fairs in the past, and they're great, but you have to, I mean, this platform really just had a completely new level of accessibility with book festivals. You know, I didn't have to travel anywhere. They weren't sponsored, and they didn't have a fee, which was also kind of crazy to me because I believe it was just volunteered. Like, people thought this would be really cool, and then they went and they put it together. And it was really cool, and I'm super appreciative of like all the work that had to have gone into organizing this event. And you didn't have to travel, there wasn't a fee for it, and you didn't even really have to be there the day of. Like, it was fun to be able to be there during the live and like participate in the chat, but I can go back and catch the things that I missed Saturday anytime I want. And that's so crazy because you can't do that with a live book festival. You know what I mean? And it was a ton of fun. I think if I were going to say anything, like you did this event again, the one thing I would change is the fandom meetups. I think, and I don't know, there might be some logistic for why this isn't going to work. Some security concern, I don't know. But something that would have been super duper cool would have been if the fandom meetups could have been via Zoom or some other kind of video conferencing place. So that if you wanted to, you could log in, and then especially Zoom. I'm really thinking about Zoom. I've been using it a lot for classes. Zoom has a breakout group feature, and it would have been so cool for the fandom meetups if you could have gone into like a Zoom breakout group, or first go into a Zoom meeting, have like some kind of introduction via the moderators, and then be split up into breakout groups. Like if it were a live event and you could actually go to a place and meet other people, that would have been cool because you could have had smaller groups and it would have been much easier to respond to people, whereas you had like a couple of people just kind of talking about the fandom stuff and then the chat trying to contribute as much as possible. It wasn't really a meetup, you know, it felt like another panel. Nevertheless, it was still really cool. Like they asked some cool questions and it was fun to hear another person's perspective on the different things that were happening, especially the Shadowhunters one, which is the one I sat in on. I don't know if it would have worked as well for other things. Like there was another session that was technically a meetup, but also still more of a panel. The Latinx discussion, I think, was also kind of a panel. But for something like the Shadowhunters meetup, that would have been cool. Now, it might not work. There might not be there are like reasons I haven't thought of for why it didn't work. But still, it was also cool that they adjust both the show and the movie as well, because there are like so many different opinions on it. And I have personally liked the show better than the movie, but yeah, so that was fun. And I'm excited to go back and watch some of the replays because there are definitely things that I wasn't able to pay as much attention to as I might have liked, and also the things that I wasn't able to see at all. For a first time event, like for something that hasn't happened before, really, it was awesome. Like the access to information was super clear to me. They had their like Tumblr page and it was super clearly organized, and it was super clearly organized, and the links were all there, and it was just very, very straightforward, which I really enjoyed. It was just so much fun, and I'm loving the ways that the book community and authors and things like that are really finding to connect with people and still have meetups and still do like virtual signings and things like that, because they can't happen right now, right? But in addition to that, I live in a really small town right now. I'm moving to a bigger one soon, but for the past 5 years, I've been in a very small town, very far from like any metropolitan area that might have a bookish event or might have an author signing. And so I haven't been able to participate in these events for years, and I used to really love them when I lived in Dallas. And so being able to participate in them virtually has been a lot of fun because it's been something that I've missed the past 5 years. And so I really hope that things like this kind of continue to happen, you know, like, sure, I would love to continue to have like live events and things like that, but for the occasional virtual event to still pop up now that there's this precedent of how successful they can be, I think that would be really cool. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I was excited to put together this vlog to kind of give you an idea of how I was participating in the event and some thoughts, and also to just link it, you know, like if you didn't know what was happening, you can still go back and rewatch those videos, and you can still add, you know, comments to the videos. And so to just have another source for like why this was such a cool event and what my experience was like with it, even though my thoughts aren't the most succinct, was still really fun. So thank you to everybody who put that together. I enjoyed it so much, and I will be keeping an eye out for, you know, where this goes. If there's ever another one, anything like that, I'm super excited. I found it on Twitter, so that's another thing. I do a lot of my interactions with the bookish community via BookTube and on YouTube, a little via Instagram, but there is activity on Twitter, that I don't use Twitter at all. So I found this event on accident while randomly scrolling through Twitter. So don't underestimate Twitter as a platform for this information. Maybe if you're already involved in a lot of the bookish community, you are super involved in Twitter, but it's like new to me. And so if you aren't familiar with it, Twitter is a really good place to go for information and to see what other people are doing, because there's like a ton of activity there. So keep that in mind as well. And I think that's it. I think that concludes this vlog kind of thing. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you go check out some of the links I'll put below with like the information for the event, links for the videos, people involved, all of that stuff. I will try to put as many links as possible. I might just send you straight to the event page because that has all the links on it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So please be sure to like, comment, and or subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think if you participated in the event, because I would love to see what panels you went to, what you thought of them, and things like that. And I'll see you next time. Bye.